Hi, blended instructional design peers. The second technology tool that I'm going to be demonstrating today is actually a tool by Google. It's called Google Forms. So if you take a look at my screen, you will see that I am on the Google website. I like using Google Forms because most people do have a Google account. If you don't have a Google account, it's actually very easy to set one up, and it's free, and the tools are great. Most people know about Google Docs, which is like a processor, but Google Forms is something that a lot of people don't know about. I use it primarily in the classroom as a formative tool for learning, so that I am able to pierce in and see the students' entry points at various given points throughout the class. Before I show you Google Forms, though, I wanted to follow up from the first video that I used Jing. Now, in this video, I'm using a software package called Camtasia, and it's a little bit more sophisticated than Jing, and there's no time constraints with Camtasia. Going back to the first video, if you downloaded Jing, you see like a little bubble. You can move it around, but that always pops up on your computer. You can move it around, you can get it out of the way. But if I wanted to create a Jing video, I would point to that, click this little plus button, and it would start the video capture. So I just wanted to point that out to you once you install Jing. Okay, now back to Google Forms. So I'm logged into Google, and I want to click the little application button in the upper right hand corner. You can see that I'm at google.com. I'm logged into my account. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the application icon. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go to my Google Drive, and it takes me to my cloud drive. Now, I had a couple of you fill out a Google survey for me. I actually put a link on the wiki page last week, and Pat and Mary Anna were the two that responded to that. And I had promised you on the wiki page that I would show you what the results would look like. So what I'm going to do is start with the end in mind. So once you put a survey out there, you can post a link in Blackboard, you can send a link via email, and it's very easy. I'll show you how. Actually, I'm going to post a link on the blog here. So this time you can click on the link and you can complete the survey that I'm going to be creating here. I'm going to scroll down on my Google Drive, and last week on the wiki page I created a Google form, and I called it Wiki Pages. There it is. Okay, before I get into that though, I wanted to show you the end result. So I'm going to open up, when you create a form, it creates a sheet that actually tracks the responses. You can analyze responses. So I'm going to double click on the wiki page responses file, and it gives me the date and the time, and I had asked to enter first name. So I tested, you always want to test a form out first. So you can see my name there, you can see Mariana and Pat. The first question that I asked is how comfortable a person felt with creating a wiki page. Cindy felt extremely comfortable, so did Mariana and Pat. All three felt very comfortable. I also asked, you can see the question, how comfortable you were with editing and formatting a wiki page, and you can see all three participants felt very comfortable. I also asked 2 reasons why you think that wiki pages can be beneficial in education, and you can see these responses there. And I also asked that the participants list any concerns about using wiki pages. So there's a lot of tools, and I don't want to get into this because this video is on creating Google Forms, but you can see the responses are very nice, organized in a spreadsheet. And as you can see, it does give a lot of insight into the learning. So I am going to go back now, and I'm going to show you how to create a Google form in a matter of minutes. It's actually very easy to do. So if you do have a Google account and you go into Google Drive, what you want to do is you want to click on the new button, and you'll see Google Docs and Google Sheets and Slides, but you want to point to more, and it's in the submenu that unfolds that you see Google Forms. So we'll click on Google Forms. With regard to this new form that I'm creating, that I hope you take the time to fill out the quick survey. First question you can see that it's asking here is, I'm going to type in, enter your name. Okay, and I don't want this to be a multiple choice question. I want it to be just a simple text. enter your name. Okay, and then when I'm finished with that question, I click on Done. Very quickly, I'm going to add 2 additional questions, and this is more of a self-assessment, so I'm going to add an item, and it gives you a variety of different items that you can add. I am going to choose, and I use these a lot, a scale, so they can rate themselves in various skills. So a scale. The scale is going to be 1 to 5, but you can use a number of 1 to 3 or 1 to 10. But the question title I'm going to input is, how comfortable are you with creating a Google form? Okay, you can add help text. I'm not going to do that, but that provides a little additional information about the question. And you want to label your scale so they want to know if 1 is very comfortable, extremely comfortable. So if they label themselves as a 1, I'm going to call that not comfortable. And then on a scale, the high end 5, I'm going to give that the label of extremely comfortable. Okay. You can make a question required. If you click on that, it requires them to answer the question. So if they try to save the form, it'll prompt them to answer this question. When I'm finished with that one, I'm going to choose Done, and I'm done with my second item there. You can see the forms coming alive. Now, to save a little time, instead of adding an item, I want to copy this because I want to ask another question, but I want to have the same type of scale and the same type of question. So I can use these little tools over here to either edit, copy, or delete this question. I'm going to duplicate the question. And the second question then, how comfortable are you with analyzing Google form results? So and I'm just going to edit this question. It's very easy because I'm done. You can add help text, but again, scale, and it remembers the scale. So I'm going to click on Done. Okay, I'm going to very quickly just add 2 more. And so I'm going to add another item. And this time it's going to be paragraph text. That gives additional information for longer answers. So the question title will be, provide 2 examples of why a Google form can be useful in education. Okay, and you can see I could add help text, but it does leave, and it allows the user to add more text to that. And I'm going to choose Done. And once again, what I'm going to do is copy that one. And I'm going to add list 1 question or concern that you have concerning the use of Google Forms. Okay, once again, done. So once you create your survey, you can take a look at it. You want to name your form. Right now it's untitled, so I'm going to name it Google Form Self Assessment. And I hope you do take the time to fill it out. On Google, everything saves automatically, so you will not find a save button at all. If you want to make it pretty, you can change the theme if you want to. I'll show you that in just a second. And there's also other form settings on the top, like if you want to show a progress bar. This is a short enough assessment. I usually don't do that. If you want to limit only 1 response per person, so a person cannot take this assessment multiple times. You can also shuffle the order. I'm not going to enable any of these. And that's it. So when I'm ready to publish it, I can either, I want to show the link so that on this, I copy the link and I post it to Blackboard. So before I publish it, I'm going to show you, I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to change the theme. So I'm going to click on the theme. There's several built-in themes. You can also customize a theme. By default, it's a plain form. And I'm going to scroll down and I am going to choose the theme right here, classic, right here. So you can see it changes that. These can all be customized as well. There's several themes there. Okay. You can view it live, but basically it's ready to go. So I'm going to go back to edit mode. I'm going to click this button and I want to show the link so I can post it to Blackboard. So when I click Send Form, I see the link right here. I'm going to click up here, and you can press Control C to copy. So I'm going to Control C, and I've copied the link, and I'm going to choose Done. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our Blackboard site, and I'm going to paste that link as a hyperlink. So I'm going to go back to Blackboard. Okay, I'm going to open up my draft of my blog. I'm going to go down to my second technology tool. And as an example, I'm going to choose, I'll format the text later here, to access a self-assessment on Google Forms. Okay, so I might type something like, click here. I'm going to highlight the text, click here. I'm going to use my tools in Blackboard. This little thing right here is the hyperlink. I'm going to click on that. In the link path, I'm going to click and paste. I'm hitting Control V, and it pastes my survey here. The other thing I always do is I always change the target. So the survey opens up in a new window. So it keeps them in one window in Blackboard, but opens the survey in another window. And I insert. And if you take a look at that, it's a nice clean hyperlink. And when the students access the survey, so I'm hoping you do that, you click on that and it'll take you to the Google form that I created here for you. Once again, if you have any questions on this, please feel free to comment below my blog. Thank you.